Sam Lambie. Welcome, Sam.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, Plan B, Plan L. I'll just start with Guatemala. A couple years ago, I just going on techniques of photography, I guess, and this is more of a from-the-hip shot. This guy obviously didn't like any of the tourists who were around and had a very funky, frowny idea of what we were doing. And then here is every day in the middle of the winter. What do you do when you scrape off the ice? Instead of curse it, you shoot it. And that is with an extension, couple of extension tubes. Actually, no, I take that back. That is a lens reversed on my camera at sub-zero temperatures. This was across the street from my house in El Salto a couple of years ago. I saw the fog and immediately ran down the street and saw these buffalo wallowing around in the snow. And set up my camera, got it all ready, and said, "Hey! Hey!" And they both looked at me and said, "Oh, what?" So this one, I never really thought the Bay Area was beautiful in its, in its surroundings, but when you're flying into Oakland at sunset, sometimes you get this. And this is just a bit of a tweak of colors and saturations. This all I got to say about this is serendipity. It never hurts to have a camera at the right place at the right time. Ute Mountain. There's a really good hot dog stand on the other side over there. I suggest you try it out. In order to make this more dramatic, this is with Photoshop in making the clouds darker and the landscape a little bit more contrasty. And here is planning. This is 500 jumps. I kid you not. I had these guys running and jumping at me 500 times in order to get the perfect shot. And, some shots you look at it and go, wow, that's super easy to do. Here was actually at a film set at my wife's job out in Las Vegas. And I was totally bored out of my gourd watching them do their filming, so I decided to walk over and see what this whole little landscape was about. And this also is high dynamic range. You see this, but again, a camera can't. Here's our lovely friend Christina Sperong and troupe doing a dance, kind of a secret little dance that they did one day down at the Junction Bridge. And I just thought this was really peaceful and serene, and it was a really cool thing. Here's something. A couple of extension tubes on a regular lens makes the little things really big. And this is the gap between a flower pot and its water catching thingamabob, whatever you call it, with the light behind it of a spider web. And the light just got it perfect. Again, HDR, standing in the middle of the river, waiting for the river to be perfectly calm, watching carp swim by, duck swim up the river. While the duck was swimming up the river, 2 pike jumped out of the water trying to grab it out of the midair. Plaza Blanca of Abiquiu. More of the beauty of not having to use film is HDR. At sunset, are you going to be able to get that with one shot? No. That's quite a few shots, and then, of course, quite a bit of tweaking to make it what I think is pretty as it is. Macro photography over by the Trinity Church in Arroyo Seco. I just thought this was great. More for the what they call bokeh, which is the background of all the out of focus stuff. Those are like little ethereal green flames, as far as is how I see it. Another shot of what most people would think is boring landscape, but I think this is great with the trees framed, the fence leading your eye into the background, making you wonder what's on the back side, which is really a whole lot of nothing. This was actually a film I did by a local guy named Matt Pennington, and this was called El Conflicto. And the dead guy, his name is Brandon Santos. This was shot not so dead. I just liked it because, you know, it's modern but pretty. I don't know if some of you may recognize this as a few weeks ago at Lighting of Ladue. Shot with a lens, baby lens, which in the dark is the hardest lens I've ever shot with in my entire life. As you can see, it creates a sweet spot of focus and the rest is out of focus.
Thank you, Sam. Thank you.